All right, so today is not going to be a normal show. There will be no 5 headlines because there's really only one headline today. One of the greatest headlines in American history that we just opened the show with, and there will be no daily cancellation because for the first time in the history of the Matt Walsh Show, I'm in too good of a mood to cancel anybody. Besides, the great cancellation happened last night. I couldn't hope to top it. So instead, what I'd like to do is close out the show by sifting through some of the more hysterical reactions from the left. We played a bit of MSNBC at the top of the show, but the meltdowns get even more glorious. And I think it's important to highlight some of these because they're hilarious. And I mean, that's really the whole reason. That's the only reason to do it. And I just feel like it feels like my duty on a day such as today. But before we begin, I do want to make it very clear that I am not a cruel person. I am very empathetic. Now, yes, I'm going to be delighting in the pain and suffering of my political opponents. Yes, I do take great pleasure in their misery, but I also care about them. And that's why I made sure that we continued to play the trailer for my film, Am I Racist, on MSNBC's airwaves this morning. It was a very difficult time for MSNBC's viewers, and I realized that, and so I figured that I'd cheer them up by showing them my trailer. Watch.
We've officially entered into the fever dream portion.
The Daily Show on Comedy Central in Watch Next Day on Paramount Plus.
Growing up in the 90s, I never thought much about race.
What's happening in this country, it's Nazism. Republicans are Nazis.
I'm going to sort this out. I need to go deeper undercover.
Joining us now is Matt, certified DEI expert.
Here's my certification. So what's up with white people? What are you doing to decenter your whiteness?
Who's making the center? Why are they doing that?
And what you're doing is you're stretching out of your whiteness. This is more for you and less for you.
Am I Racist? Now streaming only on Daily Wire Plus.
I mainly just wanted you to see the trailer with the MSNBC banner around it, which is just fantastic. Now, listen, I don't expect anyone to thank me or praise me for my abundant mercy and compassion, but they should. We are running that ad on MSNBC, even though we know that not a single one of their viewers will actually subscribe to watch the film. Not a single one. I mean, we've been, and I am willing to take a financial loss, or at least I'm willing for the Daily Wire to take a financial loss. I'm not paying a dime. But I am willing for this company to lose money just to get that trailer in front of their faces this morning when they're already devastated and hurting. And I'll lose as much of this company's money as is necessary to annoy as many of MSNBC's viewers as we can. That's my solemn promise to you. And it's an act of charity, really. Anyway, now that I've proven that I'm a compassionate and kind person, let's get on with delighting in the misfortune of others. We'll begin with this brief compilation of women on TikTok crying. Now, Donald Trump, we know, is now 2-0 against female presidential candidates, which is just, oh man. He has prevented a woman from becoming president twice. And that fact is just too much for the women of TikTok. They cannot cope with it, and they're very upset. And don't laugh at any of this. This is not about laughing. It's just, anyway, here it is.
Somebody please let me know when the blue starts to shift. When does the blue start to shift? Somebody let me know when the blue starts to shift, please. Somebody please let me know.
When did it end? All the enjoyment. I'm sad and I'll be in denial for at least
I think we get the point. It's not funny. Don't laugh about that. These people are hurting. They're hurting. We don't you dare laugh. I do want to especially highlight, so those were good, but I want to especially highlight this particular TikTok meltdown. Here it is.
We may not have rights tomorrow, so I'm going to bed with the last bit of dignity that I have left. But we fought a good fight, and if it turns out that, shit flips, great, hell yeah, but right now I'm just not. I can't deal with this right now.
She says she's going to bed with the last of the dignity she has left. And I just want to say this. You didn't have any dignity left anyway. So that's the good news. You can't lose any of your dignity if you don't have it. So cheer up. Look on the bright side. Speaking of having no dignity, there's also this one.
Y'all want to violate my stuff? I don't give a fuck about none of that, because all the people that's violating my freaking life right now are Trump supporters. Y'all the only ones happy about this shit right now. Y'all the only ones. Y'all see I got my blue on. I done cried so much that my blue went up. And I have to wear red because this is my freaking job. If I didn't have to wear this stupid ass color, I wouldn't be wearing it. Trust and believe me. Trust and believe me. I hate red so much in my life. Right now, I don't even know what to do. I've never hated red so much in my life until now. I hate red. Hate the fact that I have to wear this color today. I really do. Because I don't represent Trump at all. Go Trump? Honey, you gonna say, we'll see if you still scream go Trump in the next few months. Let's see. We'll see. All y'all say go Trump, we'll see if y'all still screaming that. We'll see. Because I bet you won't. Because that man about to walk up in that White House. And he about to tear up. He about to tear up.
Well, we can only hope. We can only hope that he tears up. That's literally what we elected him to do. That is, it's in the exit polling data. That's what, when they stopped the exit, when the pollsters stopped people coming out of the, what was most important to you? And I think the last exit poll I saw was 87% of voters said, most important thing is we get someone who's going to tear up. So that's the whole point. But if that reaction wasn't unhinged enough, then there's also this one.
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up late.
On Disney Plus.
Y'all, like, why are y'all Trump supporters? Like, why?
This is a fraud.
Why are y'all Trump supporters? Like, why is this a thing right now? Why is this okay? I can't do this no more. I should have kept my vote to myself because I knew it didn't matter. I knew it didn't.
So she's worried she's going to wake up a slave tomorrow. Makes sense. As everyone knows, Trump ran on reinstating slavery. It was one of his core campaign promises. At least if you have the mental computing software for leftists, that's apparently what you hear when Trump says that he's going to lower taxes and create more manufacturing jobs in America. From election time chaos to natural disasters, supply chain shortages, and even rumors of a new pandemic, relying on the government to keep you and your family safe during an emergency is not an option. Hurricane Helene is a validation, and that is why the wellness company's medical emergency kit is a must-have. Don't take my word for it. Andrea B. said, "This kit has everything I really needed. The doctors behind this kit stood up during the plandemic and put it all on the line to help educate us. You get 8 prescription medications, which include 5 broad-spectrum antibiotics and the Nobel Prize-winning ivermectin. Plus, you're covered for 2 years on replenishments. Let's not forget, this kit is backed by Dr. Peter McCullough, a true warrior in the fight against medical tyranny. Ordering is easy, just a few clicks, and the kit is delivered straight to your door by removing the red tape and breaking free from the sick care model. You are in control of your own health for a change. Order your medical emergency kit right now by heading to urgentcarekit.com/Walsh. Use promo code Walsh and save $60 and get free shipping. That's urgentcarekit.com/Walsh. Use promo code Walsh, USA residents only. Meanwhile, the actress Christina Applegate is having a tough time. Her entire Twitter page right now is full of unhinged ramblings and worth reading. But there's also this one I like. She says, "Why? Give me your reasons why. My child is sobbing because her rights as a woman may be taken away. Why? And if you disagree, please unfollow me." Now, my favorite thing about this tweet is that she begins by asking Trump voters to explain why they voted for him, but she ends by telling them to shut up and go away. Explain why you did this. Shut up, leave. Now, which is it? You can't really do both. And in between, she tells us that her child is traumatized because her rights are going to be taken away, and her child may well be traumatized. I mean, but I'm sorry if she is, but Christina Applegate is the one who traumatized her. I'd be traumatized too as a child if my mom was hysterically screaming that the world's coming to an end and all of our rights will disappear. Now, so far, we've only reveled in the manic rage and despair of female Kamala supporters, but plenty of men are melting down too. We'll get to those in a minute. First, here's one more from a woman.
So the election between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris has not been called yet. We do not know who the winner is, but it is pointing in one direction. And it's not final, but I just wanted to say that America failed women tonight, primarily. Trump has insulted women, berated them, has been found liable in court for assaulting a woman, and he took women's reproductive rights away. And instead of standing up to that, people voted for it. And we failed our daughters, our mothers, our sisters, our wives tonight. America failed them. We failed them. It is unfortunately the reality of the situation. So I'm sorry to everybody out there who will be impacted by what may come.
America failed women, he says. Failed them. Of course, a whole lot of women also voted for Trump, but they failed themselves. You know what? You failed yourselves, women. Americans failed women by showing that they also recognize the humanity of babies. And in this person's world, it's one or the other. You know, America had to choose babies or women. And Harry is deeply disappointed that we chose babies. Even though to people who are not morally insane, that choice doesn't exist because we can care about both women and babies at the same time. And we did. That's why we voted for Trump. Mike Wise is a sports commentator, apparently, and he agrees with Harry. He tweeted, quote, "It's not just that Trump won. It's that Joe Rogan, Dana White, and Brett Favre won. Jailed insurrectionists won. The Alitos and the Thomases won. Vladimir Putin won. Racism won. Misogyny won. Sexism won. Global warming won. Xenophobia won. Most of all, fear won. That's what hurts." Now, there are about a million other tweets that we could read, all with this same tone and message. Who are the real villains in this story? Who is to blame for the loss? The American people. The people are the villains. They chose racism and misogyny and global warming. How quickly the left went from being valiant defenders of the democratic system to scapegoating it when things don't go their way, which is the most predictable twist ending in the history of twist endings. Now, I think we've probably seen enough, but I do have to play just one more, just one more. And you know, I know that many of you, you look back to 2016 and you remember fondly that iconic moment of the Hillary voter falling to her knees and screaming into the sky. And you may be worried that we haven't seen anything that quite matches that yet. Well, don't worry, because I think this comes close.
I'm sorry. No! Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
Just wonderful. Well, now look. Listen. Yes, it lacks the spontaneity and authenticity of the 2016 version. This woman had to set up her camera and scream hysterically, stop recording. So she had to decide, okay, I'm going to scream hysterically now. Take out her phone, set it up, scream, stop recording, edit it down, post it. She had to do all that. She probably watched that video back 10 or 15 times before she posted it. She probably did multiple takes. If you were to check her camera roll right now, I guarantee there are like 30 of those videos where she's going for just the right, she had to repeat that 30 times. And you might say that that makes the mental breakdown less enjoyable for the rest of us. But I tend to disagree. I for one, appreciate the effort that she's putting into it. It's the thought that counts. Now, let me just say one more thing before we close out. And we've had our fun with these videos. We've sipped from the chalice of leftist suffering. We've satiated our thirst with the sweet nectar of liberal tears. But I do want to get serious for just one moment and offer a word of encouragement to these people. It may seem funny to us, but they are truly worried that Donald Trump will be an evil dictator. And I think it'd be irresponsible and frankly pretty cruel of me if I didn't take a second to reassure them on that point. So, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, no, Donald Trump is not going to be an evil dictator. He's going to be a good dictator. So don't worry. Yes, Trump is going to be dictator for life. When he dies, his throne will be passed down to Baron Trump, and the Trump dynasty shall reign for 1,000 years. But it's all for your own good. Is Trump going to take away all of your rights? Absolutely not. Not all of them. You'll still have the right to agree with Trump and praise him always. Is Trump going to take away voting rights from women? Again, no. Women will have the right to vote for whoever their husbands tell them to vote for, which will always be Trump. Will Trump intentionally spray more CO2 into the air to cause more global warming, melt the ice caps intentionally, raise global temperatures to tropical levels? Yes, obviously. It's only the coastal states that voted against him in this election, and so now they must be drowned to pay for their sins. The rest of us get to enjoy warm summer weather all year round, so it's basically a win-win. So in that way, all of your fears are valid. And this was all laid out in Project 2025, like you said. It was all there. It's like on page 1. But it won't be as bad as you think. Trust me, in a few months, you won't be complaining anymore. Because you won't be allowed to. And I hope that makes you feel better. So, and we can end the show there on that note, a note of unity. Thanks for checking out this video. If you'd like to listen to my full podcast on the go, you can check out The Matt Walsh Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.